Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel and today we will talk about the fraction. Okay, today we will talk about the fraction. So let's come to the topic. So first of all, what is fraction? Okay, what is fractions? So first of all, I'm writing the fraction, then I'm explaining it. Okay, so the fraction is a form of a by b. Fraction is what? Fraction is a form of a by b where a will be any whole number and b will be any natural number. Okay, the fraction is a form of a by b where a will be any whole number and b will be any natural number. Any whole, here will be number. Okay, any whole number and b will be any natural number. So a by b, this is called a fraction, and wherever a will be any whole number, that means what? The value of a will be any whole number. The value of a will be any whole number and value of b will be any natural number. Because suppose I'm taking the value of a is 1. Suppose a is equals to 1, b is equals to 2. A is equals to 1 and b is equals to 2. So therefore the fraction is what? The fraction is 1 by 2. Okay, the fraction is 1 by 2. But if I will take a is equals to 0 and b is equals to say 2, then the fraction is 0 by 2. That means what? 0. Okay, 0 by 2, it's a fraction, and 0 by 2 is equals to what? 0. So 0 is a whole number, but 0 we can write it as the form of fraction. Okay, but if a is equals to 1, suppose b is equals to 0, suppose, then the fraction is what? 1 by 0, and 1 by 0, that means what? We are dividing 1 by 0 and it does not exist. Does not exist. Why? Because we cannot divide a number with 0. We cannot divide a number with 0. Okay, so that here b, that means the lower part can't be 0. B, the lower part can't be 0, so that I had given here b will be any natural number, and natural number means it starts with 1. B will be the natural number, that means what? B starts with the value of b starts with 1, and a will be the any whole number. Any whole number means value of a starts with 0. That means here the value of a you can take as 0, but the value of b you cannot take 0. Value of b you cannot take 0, but value of a you can take 0. Okay, so this is called the fraction. Wherever simply we can tell what the fraction is. What fraction is a form of a by b where b cannot be 0. That means the lower part cannot be 0. That is called a fraction. But the upper part can be 0. So upper part can be 0, so that at given here a will be any whole number, and whole number we know whole number uses to start from 0 and the natural number uses to start from 1, so that at given here a will be any natural number. That means the value of a A will be any whole number, sorry. So the value of A can be 0, but value of B cannot be 0. So this is the what? This is the fraction. Okay, and this thing, and this is, what about this thing, 1 by 0? Is it a fraction? No, this is not a fraction. This is a fraction. 0 by 2, yeah, this is a fraction. 1 by 2, this is a fraction. But 1 by 0, it's not a fraction, because the value of B we cannot take 0. The value of lower part we cannot take 0. Okay, so this form is called fraction. Now in this fraction, A is called what? A is called numerator. Okay, and B is called what? Denominator. Okay, A is called what? Numerator, and B is called what? Denominator. That means what is the actual form of the fraction? A fraction is equals to numerator by denominator, where denominator can't be 0, but numerator may be 0. What have I written? What have I written here? That means A is called what? Numerator, and B is called what? Denominator. That means what is the actual form of the fraction? The actual form of the fraction is numerator by denominator, and wherever where denominator can't be 0, that means denominator cannot be 0 at anywhere in the fraction. Denominator cannot be 0, but numerator can be 0. This is the actual form of the fraction, wherever the upper part is called the numerator and the lower part is called the denominator. So first of all, you will pause the video to note it down, then we will go forward. So fraction is what? Fraction is the form of A by B, where A is called the numerator and B is called the denominator, and denominator cannot be 0, but numerator can be 0. Now I am taking an example of fraction. Suppose 5 by 6. Okay, so 5 by 6. So here the lower part, you can see the lower part is greater than the upper part. That means the denominator is greater than the numerator. Here you can see the denominator is greater than the numerator. In this case, wherever denominator is greater than the numerator, in this case, okay, in this case denominator is the total part. Okay, and numerator is some parts of total. Okay, denominator is the total part and numerator is some parts of total. Suppose I am taking the actual clarification of it, then it will be clear that what I am telling it. Okay, denominator, wherever denominator is greater than the numerator, then denominator is the total part and numerator is some parts of total. That means suppose 5 by 6. So 5 by 6, suppose I am having 6 boxes. I told you that denominator is the total part. So total boxes I am taking here 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how many boxes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I told you that denominator is the total part. So total part means how many parts are there in total? 6 parts. So we have made the 6 parts. Now out of 6 it is having 5, and 5 means numerator will be what? Numerator is the sum part of total. So numerator is the sum part out of total. Sum parts out of total. Okay, so we can think this 5 by 6 represent what? This 5 by 6 represents 5 parts out of 6 parts. That means first part, second part, third part, fourth part, and fifth part. So that means this 5 by 6 represents what? This 5 by 6 represents the 5 parts out of 6 parts, wherever 6 is the total and 5 is the out of 6 sum parts. Okay, so 5 by 6 represent what? 5 by 6 represents out of total 6 parts, 5 parts we have taken here. That is called 5 by 6. Suppose I am taking 7 by 9. That means out of 9 parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 7 by 9. How to represent 7 by 9? That means 7 by 9. That means here total parts is what? Total parts is 9. So 9 parts total. And out of 9, how many parts we have to show? We have to represent 7. So 7 parts. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the representation, and actually we are talking about what? We are talking about how we can represent the fraction, how we can represent the fraction through a diagram, but I have taken here this type of fraction only. You can see here denominator greater than numerator, here also denominator greater than numerator. I am talking about this fraction, this type of fraction only. Okay, so first of all, pause the video to note it down. Now I am taking some another types of examples. Suppose 2 plus 3 by 7. How to represent this through the diagram? 2 plus 3 by 7. That means what? 2 parts total, and after taking 2 parts, that means listen here, 2 plus something, that means it will be greater than 2. 2 plus something, that means what? It will be greater than 2. So first of all, first part, second part, and after 2 plus 3 by 7, that means 2 plus something, whatever it is, 2 plus something, whatever it is, that means it is greater than 2. So 2 plus 3 by 7. Now after 2 it will come what? Which natural number or which whole number? 3. So 2 plus 3 by 7, it will be greater than 2 and less than 3. It will be greater than 2 and less than 3. So suppose here 1, 2 and here is 3, and so that means this number will lie between 2 and 3. That means 2 plus something, with 2 plus something means it will be greater than 2 and less than 3. 2 plus something means it will be greater than 2 and less than 3. So greater than 2 and less than 3. And this part, this middle part, we have divided into 7 parts. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why? Because here in this fraction I told you, wherever you are having denominator is greater than numerator, then denominator will be the total part. denominator total part, and 3 will be the sum parts out of total. So now 3 parts you have to represent 1, 2, 3, sorry 1, 2 and 3. So this thing only represents 2 plus 3 by 7. That means 1 and 2 plus 3 by 7. Now some students are having confusion still. What is the confusion? That sir, you are taking here after 2 here gap. How did you get here gap? So I am telling you here that 2 plus something, here you can see here 2 plus 3 by 7, and 3 by 7 you tell something, suppose 2 plus anything, 2 plus something which is in fraction, but we are not adding 2 plus 1, we are not adding the whole number or natural number. So we are adding what? We are adding at fraction. So 2 plus fraction, any fraction, that means it will be greater than 2 and less than 3. So greater than 2 and less than 3. Okay, greater than 2 and less than 3. So that I have taken the middle part of 2 and 3. Okay, and after that here you can see 3 by 7. That means same thing as we have done whenever denominator is greater than numerator, and so that denominator will be the total part. So this middle part we have divided into 7 parts, and out of 7 it is 3 parts we have to represent. So first part, this is first part, this is second part, and this is third part. So this thing from here to here, it represents what? 2 plus 3 by 7. Okay, these are the actual conception about the fraction. Okay, but suppose I'm telling 5 by 7, that means it is not compulsory you have to see, you have to show it by the box only. You can show by circle also, you can show by the triangle also, but it will be easy to show through the circle and circle as well as box also. Suppose 7 by 5 by 7 we have to represent by circle. Then how we can represent? We have to divide this circle 7 equal parts. First 7 is the total part, 7 equal parts. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Here you can see some parts are not equal to another, but you have to make all parts will be equal. Here this part length and this part length difference, but you should not have the difference here. All parts should be same. Now out of 7 parts, 5 parts we have to represent. So any 5 parts, it is not compulsory we have to start with the first part. Any 5 parts you can represent. So suppose 1 2 3 4 and 5. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, any 5 parts you can represent it. Suppose here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 7 boxes are here. So out of 7 boxes you have to represent 5 boxes. So any 5 boxes you can represent. So 1 2 3 4 and suppose 5. Any 5 boxes. So these are the actual conception of the fraction. But now I'm asking a question to you, that is, rational number is also the form of a by b, wherever b not equal to 0. I think already you have known it in the junior classes. Already you have known it that the rational number also having the form of a by b, wherever b cannot be 0 but a can be 0. So same conception also we are having for the natural number. That means we are telling what? Fraction is a form of a by b, where b cannot be 0 but a will be 0. This is the fraction. And for the rational number also same thing, we are telling that rational number will be a form of a by b, where b cannot be 0 but a can be 0. Same thing we are doing. So what is the difference between rational number and fraction? this is my question. What is the difference between rational number and fraction? We will talk about it in our next video. So in this class only this much only for you, and thank you for watching my video.